one. Yo,
Welcome, gentlemen.
welcome back, guys.
What is this, our 6th podcast, maybe?
Around there, 6th or 7th.
We've deleted so many, I can't even remember.
But we have not made one in a while, and we finally got a chance to come out here and make a podcast when both of us are free. As you can see, there's still different sceneries. It feels like we're changing podcast rooms every day, every time.
Yeah.
But hopefully, y'all, it's different scenery means y'all can come out here and watch it. What do you think we start? You want
No.
talk about some shout outs or?
Yeah, that's what I was about to get into.
I say
I just wanted to, we have I wouldn't say a sponsor, but we have a couple buddies, and I want y'all to check them out at Toe River Game Calls.
Yep, go check
Follow
them out.
on Instagram, Appalachian Holler Hunters.
Exactly.
And they're sending us some mouth calls.
Yep.
Because I messaged them and I said, hey, do a little transaction. Y'all send us a couple of calls and we'll shout y'all out. So y'all better go follow them.
Go. They're out there on Instagram. I don't know if they're on YouTube.
I haven't seen one on YouTube.
But go check them out on Instagram and go get y'all some calls.
Some good-looking calls.
They're good-looking calls.
Once we get them, we're going to let y'all know. We're going to give y'all a good review.
Exactly.
Let y'all know what
as soon as they come in, we're gonna have to review them and let y'all know about them.
Spook Span also messaged us back. He's checking out the podcast. Go check out his podcast, which is probably a lot bigger than ours. 11th Commandment.
Go check them
Spook
out.
Nation. He messaged me on Instagram. Me and Elijah was trying to message a bunch of people.
We just messaged a bunch of people. Like I messaged Jeff Lindsay. Yeah, I messaged him and I was telling him about our podcast and I was telling him all about it. And he's saying he thought that was a good thing. He was telling me good luck on the hunt and he's ready to see some videos of us hunting. So, we're going to have to make him proud and all these other people. Hopefully we're going to go out here and make these good podcasts. And speaking of talking about shows and stuff, me and Sawyer are going to come out with a new channel. All right, this ain't gonna be like our podcast channel where we sit here and this ain't where we're gonna sit and talk like we are like a podcast. We're still gonna run the podcast, but we're also wanting to make some hunting videos. We're thinking about calling it 1212 Outdoors. The reason for 1212, if you go in here and look at Luke chapter 12, verse 12. Sorry if you could pull it up. It should be marked right there.
Is it marked?
Yeah, through the pencil. Through the pencil. Yeah, right there.
For the Holy Spirit will teach you what to say in that very hour. For the Holy Spirit will teach you in that very hour what you ought to say. And I got a little wrong the first time.
The reason I really like that verse is if you're thinking when you hunt, a lot of people, they say, shoot, I was just trying not to miss putting up there, you know what I mean? But the Lord's going to teach you what you ought to say in that very hour, even though you don't know what to say. And I thought that was a really cool verse. And so I think that's what we're going to call it, 1212 Outdoors. If y'all got any, in the comments, write some comments. We might have y'all might have a better idea of what to call it. So write them down in the comments and let us know.
Yep. Deer season's over. I don't think we made a podcast since deer season's been over.
I've been hunting a lot. I can tell you that much.
Deer season, I didn't see anything the last couple of days. I'm gonna tell y'all this story I heard. I was scrolling through YouTube last night and it said bow hunter has an insane encounter with a serial killer. And so what happened, I'm just going to go through the story. What was his name? He was 14. He was a foster kid. And he's with his foster dad. And they taught him how to shoot recurve bows. And he got tight groups with them. And so he took him out on his first hunting trip and dropped him off in his ground blind. And he had a bait pile with apples and beets or something in it. Whatever. But anyways, his dad named Ron, he leaves. And he was just 14 hunting by himself at the time. And he said a white truck pulled up, I think, and a guy got out with a blonde wig on. And said something. His name was George. He said, put your bow down and come out here. And he said, "Can you go sit on your bait pile so I can take a picture?" Pulled out a Polaroid picture and took a picture of him. And then out of nowhere, George takes his, I think that's his name, pulls out his bow and draws back and shoots the little kid, I forgot his name, the 14-year-old. It's his sleeve and catches a tree. And so he's trying to pull his sleeve off. And he said George couldn't get his arrow out, or he eventually gets out, can't get his arrow out or something. It was really just crazy the way he explained it. But anyways, he gets away and he's like, "Well, you're going to hear me on the radio soon." And he said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I'm famous." And so anyways, George gets in his truck and leaves. And Ron don't think nothing about it, which is sort of weird. I mean, he should have thought a lot. I would have been scared to death if somebody would have shot at me with their bow.
Why are you ruining this hunt, though? I would have known I got out.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It was his first hunt, too, so he didn't even really care, I guess.
I would have cared. I'm like, dude, you're in my spot. You better get out of here.
But anyways, he leaves, and his dad, Ron, comes back. And so the little kid tells Ron what happened. And he goes, "Lay here," and he puts a tarp over him, makes him lay in the leaves, puts a tarp over him, and covers him up with leaves, which is a weird reaction. That's what that guy that was reading the story said, too. But anyways, he goes out to, or Ron leaves, and the boy falls asleep under the tarp after they're looking for him. And eventually Ron comes back with the police or something, and they show him the arrow tip where it's still in the tree, and a bunch of other stuff, evidence. And so Ron, or the 14-year-old boy, gets home. Ron makes him go listen to the radio, and on the radio it's talking about a guy that he's a serial killer that's been killing people with bait piles. And the boy just looked up, I guess.
I think he spent all
that
them
was a
points on
weird
luck.
story, though. It was a very weird story. I mean, his other reactions were weird. What happened was weird. It's creepy.
Just strange.
I've never really had anything that creepy happen to me in the woods. I mean, you ever been walking back and you're like, "Oh, is something behind me?" And I'll just take off running.
No, I mean, I've been hunting in the woods. I've been hunting in the woods, and like, have you ever got that feeling like something's like, not, it could be an animal or person, like you get that feeling like something's got eyes on you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't know what it is. I mean, I've hunted before. I've been out hunting and I was walking back and like I'm like, and I can hear something. I'm like, maybe a deer ran off and it just was there, and I don't know. It was just weird. Oh
yeah. When I'm gun hunting, it don't scare me because I mean I can shoot something. When I'm bow hunting, think about it. If you're walking and somebody jumps out from a tree with a knife and gets you, I mean, you're not going to be able to draw your bow back in time and shoot them if they're right there coming at you, like just waiting for you to walk by from here to this table and just jump out and stab you. I mean, you couldn't do nothing about it. But with a gun, I mean, you might could swing and shoot him or something real quick.
Handguns.
Yeah.
Hey, but like, I got a question. Do you believe in ghosts?
Nah, I don't believe in ghosts. I've never seen one.
I've never seen them, but like I've had an experience with one. May have. I'm being dead for real. We're at Sierra's. We're going to Sierra's, right?
Yeah.
And it's a great Mexican joint. Go check that out. But like we were eating, and I drove up there, and I was with my family, and I get out, and they're all my mom, my dad, my brother. They get out and start going in. I had my I was trying to put my shoes back on because I took my shoes off because I was just tired. So I put them on. And I'm getting out, and I'm out. And I'm like, there's no one around me. All right, I'm in a parking lot, and so I turn around and I'm grabbing my phone, and I heard all of a sudden just someone. You know how you sound like someone's like running. You can know someone's running at you.
Yeah,
you can hear like footsteps, and you can hear it like something like, you know what I'm talking about, like breathing.
Yeah.
So I heard something just full sprint, and like I thought I was fixing to get like tackled or something, and I jumped because I could hear it get so close behind me, and I jumped back and I look and there's nothing there, and I could have swore something's feet was running, and it felt like something was right behind me.
Yeah.
And like I just turned around real fast, and I did that. Like like I just like put my arm up so I wouldn't get hit in the head, or like I just get hit in the arm or something if something was actually trying to attack me. But like I just do that real quick, and like brother, I don't even know what happened. Like it was just crazy.
Yeah. You ready? I know it's changing the subject, but I'm ready for turkey season.
That was a drastic change.
Dude, so, anyways, we have this ghost just chase me. Yeah. You ready to go turkey hunting?
But I am ready for turkey hunting. I didn't get nothing this deer season. Nothing wanted to come in when it wanted to. I'm gonna try hunting other places, but I'm ready for turkey hunting. I'm just excited for that.
Yeah, I like turkey hunting. I mean, our boy Malachi.
Shout out Malachi.
Shout out Malachi.
Let's just shout him real quick, and River and Faith.
River and Faith.
We're gonna shout all three of y'all out. They go to our church. They're little babies. Malachi, he is the next dragon warrior.
I was gonna tell a story about him calling in the turkey. There's a video. He's just over here, and that turkey was gobbling.
He'd sit there and he's natural. He'd go pop, 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 and that turkey all out through there. Oh yeah. So all right. So I know this is changing the subject drastically. What do you think about this economy and this population of the world right now?
The socio-economic of the state of the world. It's just insane.
I'm joking, but anyway,
I'm not.
Anyway,
it's insane.
All right, we're gonna do our little segment. We're gonna call it the top 10. All right, for this one, if you had to survive out in like the wild and like the woods, like what would be the 10 things you could take with you?
Well, let me tell you the backstory behind this. A minute ago, we were talking about a new show I've been watching. It's called Alone. I know a bunch of people has watched it, but I'm watching season 10, and we was talking about it, and they get to bring 10 things. My 10 things, no guns or anything. If you bring a bow, arrows, and clip, we'll just go through it all. I'd bring a knife, a hatchet, paracord, ferro rod, tarp.
Recurve bow.
Bow. Yeah, bow. Arrows are.
They can't bring guns. They can't bring guns or like a crossbow or something like high powered. They could have a recurve.
And I would bring fishing line.
Cotton balls.
No, I wouldn't bring cotton balls.
I would.
Well, the stuff they have there is like real fluffy. It's Saskatchewan.
But like it's so. Like I mean,
I wouldn't waste one of my things. And then I'd bring a sleeping bag. What am I missing? I said fishing line, sleeping bag, and
you say paracord.
Yeah, probably like a pot, like a steel pot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's your top 10.
Yeah, maybe a shovel instead of a pot. No, I'd bring a pot.
Honestly, if I had to, I would bring a machete, one of those machetes that have like a knife in it, so I get kind of like a 2-in-1.
Yeah, 2 items.
No, I take one of them, like the machete with the knife in it. I take that, paracord, the flint rod, a sleeping bag and a tarp, a hatchet. No, I take a shovel because like I already have a knife and I already have like something like a hatchet. Machete can chop down.
Chainsaw.
A whole apartment. So a shovel, fishing line. I'd take cotton balls. All right, think about it though. If you didn't think about it. If you had
rip open a little part of my sleeping bag and take the stuff out if I could.
Why ruin your sleeping bag with insulation?
You ruin it.
Yeah, but like say you're out there and it rains. You're that wet wood.
All you gotta have is a little hole, and all you do is just pull a little piece of that stuff out. And
why even just see like the cotton balls? You don't even have to do that. And
Cotton balls,
I'm not
also,
wasting an
you
item.
can't bring anything.
I'm not wasting an item.
There you are.
What am I wasting?
You could bring other stuff.
Well, I have two more.
You could bring a bow.
I have two more. I'm bringing a bow.
And you don't have a pot to cook anything.
Then a pot. Bam.
Okay, but that's a stupid list.
That's not a stupid list.
That's a dumb list.
That's not a dumb. Okay, so yours is better.
Yeah, I think mine's better.
But like,
I think
all
mine.
right, so you're out there, and you're out there, and it's wet wood, and you saying you can use little fuzzies, right?
From my sleeping bag.
So okay,
so if
you're still trying to, and you're still trying to survive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but like you're cutting out your insulation in your
I'm
sleeping
not
bag.
cutting. I'm barely pulling a little piece out.
Yeah, but then like
it's not gonna affect it. It's like if you cut one of them pillows open and pulled out one little feather.
I think you're just being dumb at that point.
I'm not dumb. Well, the thing is, when I first got there, anyways, before it rained and stuff, I would find a cedar tree, cut the bark off of it, and pull the inside of the barks out, and just fluff it up, and then a ferro rod.
Did you already try that? It didn't work.
Yeah, because we weren't using a ferro rod.
Yes, we were.
We were using some cheap little thing we brought in Yellowstone.
That's a real ferro rod, sir. Are you disrespecting?
That broke off after 2 little strikes.
Are you disrespecting Yellowstone gift shop?
Yeah. The best part about that thing was shining it at people. You take the sun and shine the little thing off. I would bring a lighter though.
A lighter? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to bring a lighter. If I had to bring something like other than a ferro rod, I'd want to bring matches.
I'd use my shirt to filter the water. Most people you see on there get sick and leave. And I think it's a lot of the water they're drinking.
Actually,
with them river
if I had to change one thing, instead of bringing fishing line, which you can use other things, but like if I wanted to change out my
change out the cotton balls.
No, but like if I wanted to, there's cotton balls in like first aid kits. Why don't you just bring a first aid kit? Because like if you get hurt, you can use the stuff in there as survival too. And if you get hurt, you can use it.
I don't even know if they're allowed to bring it. I think that counts as just however many items is in it.
Exactly. Well, like that didn't count. That's one thing. It'd be like
I don't know.
If you had a knife and it had if it had a sheath on it, and then and you still had the knife, the sheath and the knife, you can use the sheath as like stuff. So it wouldn't that'd be like stupid.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm confused. But I think clothes too. I mean, but what I would do is I would take the water and I would pull my shirt over it like this. Like say that's the pan I'm gonna cut. I would pull it tight over it like that, and I would put the water in it and let it get out all the big stuff. And then I would put it in my pot and boil it. And then let it cool off and drink it. Good as new. Good as new. Or bring one of them filter straws.
No, and just drink out of the
just drink straight out of it. Most people drink straight out of it.
Well, you gotta get one of the nice ones. You can't get some cheap thing.
But I'd want a lot of fishing line to make a net and everything. Or you make pull the inside of paracord out, the little white strands, and make one.
All right, so
I would want. The real question is, what is it? Never mind, I forgot what it is. There's different types of paracord that it's like I forgot what it was. Because I can make stuff out of paracord.
I think right now we're going over minutes right now the podcast, so I think we should say our Bible verse, and then just
I'll say one.
All right.
First one I turn to. I want to go that one actually, because our coach been reading it, and we had a guy a while back that
after our podcast right here, we're gonna go fishing.
Yeah, so we'll put in if Elijah remembers to edit it.
I remember.
But we'll put in if we catch any big fish. We need to go over there at that new spot.
Sar has so he should shout out.
Ooh. But anyways, Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another.
Good
Our
verse.
coach read us that. We might have read that before. I don't
We-
know if we have.
I don't think we
I
have.
don't think we have either.
But that's a pretty good verse I like.
Yeah, that's why.
So if you're like faith is dull and somebody's faith is really sharp, then you kind of want
You're
to
like,
sharpen
if you-
each other's
If
blade.
if you hang out with like people who just act up all the time and everything, they're gonna dull you. That's like if you took
A knife and start
if you just
hitting
took
against
a rock and started hitting it against a rock, and say you were the knife and you were like really read your Bible all the time, prayed all the time, and then you met somebody who was a rock, and that's like you just putting your blade up against a knife and just dulling it.
Mm.
And then, but say you start hanging out with more Christian friends, say maybe they're a wet rock, and you start sharpening your knife on it, and you get sharper. Say the sharper the knife, the more close you are to God. And that's just.
Yep.
We could have read something from this morning, but we didn't.
Oh yeah, I think I told somebody I was going to shout them out. I want to shout out Jules Carroll. What's up? So
For shout outs.
you're just getting shout outs. So you get one. I think that's going to wrap it up for this podcast. Thank y'all for coming out here and watching us, being some long-time subscribers. We're trying to make it 1,000 subscribers, so help us on that journey. I think we're only at 100 right now.
We're close.
We're close. We're about
After
halfway.
this pod, though, it's about to be, but no telling how many. Probably
Hopefully, it'll be a lot.
one.
We're gonna post this on our Instagram, so go check it out on our Instagram. Go check out Monostar's Instagram. Come watch us. What the flip? Okay. So we're gonna see y'all on the next pod.
See
It's gonna be
y'all.
so loud in that mic.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
So I guess we're gonna have to see y'all on the next podcast. So
Hey,
See ya.
hold on. I seen a boy the other day. He did an elk call. His dad said, "Do you remember what the elk sounds like?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I can't do it."
all right, we're gonna get out of here before we start getting into it. We'll see y'all.